Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and this is the camera comparison between Honor 9i and the Moto G5S Plus. On the rear, Honor comes with a dual camera setup with a 16 megapixel primary camera and a 2 megapixel secondary camera for depth sensing and a single LED flash. Moto also comes with a dual camera setup with dual 13 megapixel cameras with f2.0 aperture and dual tone dual LED flash. On the front, Honor comes with a dual camera setup with a 13 megapixel primary camera and a 2 megapixel secondary camera for depth sensing along with a soft flash. Moto comes with an 8 megapixel camera with f2.0 aperture and a dedicated flash. Now in daylight and well-lit conditions, both the phones take bright images, but Honor's images are more bright with saturated colors. Sometimes it overexposes the images to a point where you lose details. Though it does that, Honor still has better dynamic range. On Moto, colors are to the warmer side and Honor has better color balance. In terms of sharpness and focusing speeds, both are good, but capturing speeds are slower on Moto. This has been a problem on Moto since day one and Moto hasn't fixed that yet. Moto has auto HDR, but Honor doesn't. So these are some pictures that I took with the HDR turned on. By the way, all the earlier images were taken with HDR off on both the phones. In HDR mode, Moto performs better. It has better dynamic range and colors look saturated. Honor once again oversaturates the images and colors look slightly faded. Honor takes brighter images, but images from Moto look better. While taking macro shots, Moto has issues with focusing and Honor does a better job. Background bokeh effect is good on both the phones, but if dynamic range is involved, again Moto overexposes the bright areas. In low light, images from Honor have more warm color tone than Moto. Both the phones automatically use a night mode to take low light pictures, but images from Honor look more cleaner with less noise. Capturing speeds on Moto are still slower than Honor even in low light. In low light, colors on Moto are slightly saturated and colors on Honor are faded. Sometimes colors are really bad, like the yellows in these images. So to conclude, in low light, images from Moto look better. If Honor fixes the exposure issues, it will be better than Moto. These are some pictures that I took with the flash turned on. Flash on Moto was brighter than Honor. Now coming to selfies, in well-lit conditions, both the phones take equally wide selfies. Honor overexposes the shot to make you look fair and most of the time, the background is completely blown out. Moto does a decent job with exposure control and still preserves the background. There is a huge difference even in the skin tones from both the phones, with Moto being close to reality. Because of the overexposure, colors look faded on Honor. On Moto, colors look the way they are supposed to. Check out the blacks and greens on both the images. In low light, selfies on Moto have a more warmer color in the background, but the subject still maintains a good white balance. Honor, as usual, overexposes the images and causes a faded effect. Selfies might look better on Honor, but they are overexposed and colors are faded. On Moto, though the selfies aren't all that bright, color reproduction is better. Now coming to the additional features of both the phones have dual camera setup on the rear and offer portrait mode. These are some sample shots. Both do a decent job. They are not good or bad, just decent. With Honor, you get wider portraits with a bit of overexposure. On Honor 9i, we also get dual cameras on the front and we can take portrait selfies. Now that's one of the highlighting features of this phone. These are some sample shots. On Moto we can't do that. Portrait mode for selfies works better on Honor than on the rear cameras. So you get pretty much great selfies all the time. On Moto we don't have the portrait mode for selfies. So this is the additional advantage with Honor 9i. Now apart from these features, on Honor we have a wide aperture mode that allows us to increase the aperture as much as 0.96. but it doesn't work properly. Next, it has a moving picture mode that records a small video every time you take a picture, just like the iPhone and the Pixel phones. On Moto, we can change the focus point after taking a picture, we can make the background or foreground black and white, and we can also change the background of a subject. Once again, none of these features work perfectly as of now. Now coming to video recording, Honor can shoot only in 1080p and Moto can shoot in 4K. There is no optical image stabilization in both the phones. But at 1080p, Moto has electronic image stabilization and it works really well. Honor doesn't have any stabilization feature, so the footage looks very shaky. Stabilization is the only place where Honor fails. Now coming to the footage quality, Honor has a bright footage with more consistent brightness. On Moto, exposure shift is pretty visible. Because of the stabilization, I'll pick Moto as the winner in this round. Now coming to the front camera video recording, Honor once again has no stabilization and produces brighter footage by overexposing it. On Moto, footage looks more stable with deeper and close to accurate colors. Once again, with sudden exposure shift issues. Even for the front camera video recording, Moto is better. But if you plan on using something like a gimbal for video recording, Honor will be a better choice.
Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and this video is being recorded using the front facing cameras of Honor 9i and the Moto G5S Plus. Honor 9i has a 13 megapixel camera on the rear along with a 2 megapixel camera for depth sensing, and Motorola has a single camera, an 8 megapixel camera with a dedicated flash. Even the Honor 9i comes with a soft flash, but it's not a flash technically, it's just a torch. So here's the preview. By the way, the audio is also being recorded using the phones itself, and you can see which phone by the audio symbol at the top.
Honor 9i has better cameras than Moto, but it is suffering with overexposure. Even Moto takes great pictures, but the capturing speeds are terribly slow. So Moto needs to fix that too. If you are interested in portrait shots, especially for selfies, Honor once again has a huge advantage. If cameras are a priority for you, then Honor 9i is a much better choice than Moto G5S Plus. So guys, looking at these images, which phone do you think did better and why? Do let me know by commenting below this video, and if you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to see more cool videos on tech. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.